Hey YouTube, Red Ops 1-5 here, and welcome back to the series where I basically talk about all the xyz archetypes we have in Duel Links with xyz Monster. Now, there's going to be a few bonuses in this one. This is the last episode in the series, and if you missed any episodes, they will all be in a playlist linked in the description below. But anyway, let's get into this. Now, the very first archetype that we have is going to be Steel Swarm. This is an archetype that one of the two archetypes we've been getting from Revo over the years when he's doing his evil Revo swarm. Well, yeah, his evil Revo event. And let's go ahead and look at our Steel Swarm down here. Now we have Steel Swarm Roach. It's a it takes two level 4 monsters to exceed into. During either player's turn, when a level 5 or higher monster would be spell summoned, so if a Dark Magician player would use their navigation to spell summon two Dark Magicians, you can detach one XC material from this card, negate the special summon, and if you do, destroy it. Okay, that's a pretty good card. See, Insector. Oh, wait, that's a whole nother archetype. So, anyway, the next archetype we have to go over is Insector Giga. Well, Insectors in general, but this is Giga Cricket, another archetype that we've been getting from Weevil. And let's see here. We have Insector Exa Beetle. This one takes two level 6 monsters. When this card is XC summoned, you can target one monster in either play graveyard, equip that target to this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to half the original attack. Defense of the monster equipped by this effect. Once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card. Target one face-up monster, face-up card on each side of the field, and send those targets to the graveyard. Okay, so I'm just going to keep using Dark Magician for example for a lot of these, I'm guessing. But so, from my understanding, after reading through this card's effect once, you can target, say, your opponent's Dark Magician in the graveyard. Since it says monster specifically, he would get an attack boost equal to the target. Yeah, he would gain an attack points equal to half a Dark Magician's attack points. And then you can detach one Xyz material from this card and send one card from your field and your opponent's field to the graveyard. So you can get rid of their Magician's Navigation from the field or Magician's Circle if that's really bothering you at the moment. And I believe this is going straight into another archetype. Nope, it's still Insector. Okay. We got Insector X Stag. This one takes two level 5 insects, so this one's not has generic as the last one. But his effect is, once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card, target one monster your opponent controls, or in the graveyard, equip that target to this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to half of the original attack and defense of the monster equipped by this effect. So I can stop using Dark Magician as an example. If you're going against Invoke, you can take the little Alistair from the graveyard and jack it so they won't be able to keep recycling. Keep recycling their invocation. So these two can be used for that as well. And now we're into our next archetype, which is Evil Swarm. And once again, oh, this is Plant. I do know we actually have some Evil Swarm cards in Duel Links at the moment. So let's look at some of the XYz monsters. Okay, one of them we have is Evil Swarm Arboros. Okay. He takes three level 4 monsters, so a little bit more hard to go into. But archetypes that spam the board like Black Wings, even not Stellar Knight, but Constellar Knights can go into them really easy. But once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Each effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. Target one card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish that target. Okay, so this one will be useful. You just have to kind of play it smart with him. So if we get this in Duel Links, I'll be really excited to use it. It might actually make me play Evil Swarms in Duel Links if I have most of the support for them. Okay, but next up we have Evil Swarm Ofen. And this one takes two level 4 Swarm monsters. Okay. This card has Xyz material. Level 5 for higher monsters cannot be special summoned. Ooh. Once per turn, you can detach one AC material from this card and add one infestation spell and trap card from your deck to your hand. I want this. I want this in real life, not just Duel Links. Cause that's a real powerful effect right there. Like I kind of want to make a deck literally based around this now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. But let's see, we have Evil Swarm Behemoth. This takes two level 4 of the same type of monster. I just don't want to say evil form. Sorry, evil swarm monster or something like that because I see it says it's swarm, and I'm guessing it might be applying evil swarm there, but I'm not for sure. But anyway, once per turn, you can detach one AC material from this card to target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Discard one evil swarm monster, and if you do, take control of that monster. Okay, so you can jack the monster for game. Then we have Evil Swarm Thanatos. He takes two level 4 dark monsters, so a lot of different decks can use this, even Black Wings. Once per turn, well, Dark Magicians Dark Magicians don't have level 4s really, besides Rod, but Rod's usually going to be off the board by the time of that. But anyway, once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. This face-up card is unaffected by other monsters' effects. So I can still circle the miss outfit. Gotcha. Oh, okay, and we have Evil Swarm Extinction Knight. Now, I think this was one of the good ones because this is the only one that I actually know about. But anyway, once per turn, or once per chain, during your main phase or your opponent's battle phase, if your opponent has more total cards in their hand and field than you do, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, destroy all other cards on the field. Also, your opponent takes no further damage. See, that was good until that last bit to me, because if I'm wiping the board, I want to end it, but everything was sounding good until that last bit. Okay, the last one we have for the Evil Swarm archetype is Evil Swarm Nightmare. This one takes two level 4 dark monsters. When your opponent spell summon a monster except during the damage step, you can detach one material from this card. Change that spell summon monster to face down position. So the only one archetype you would want to use that against is Subterrors. Cause I just couldn't imagine someone special summoning a Subterror, try to use it to fed them, be like, nope, flip face down, but that's besides the point. But anyway, technically I shouldn't have to go over this next one because yes, the archetype is in Duel Links, but the Xyz monster is so far off from being added that it probably won't even see, or it won't be added possibly until Arc 5 World comes out in Duel Links. And if that's not enough for hint, Odd Eye Saber, well, Odd Eyes in general. Now, Odd Eyes have one link or Xyz monster that was basically the best card in the deck and that helped people shortcut their way into, well, Vortex. And that Odd Eyes monster is Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. He takes two level 7, so if you're still playing Red Eyes like I am, if you want to while Duel Links, you can go into him. And there's also a couple of different tricks like level arc mutation and stuff like that you can use to go into this. But when any player monster declares an attack, you can detach one material from this card, negate the attack. Then you can spell summon one Odd Eyes monster from your hand or graveyard. If this XC summon card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck, except Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. And if you was curious, that does that part of the effect that says you can special summon one Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck, it's not only talking about like Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon or the many other Odd Eyes monsters that will go into the extra deck from because they pendulums. It's also talking about, like I mentioned earlier, Odd Eyes Vortex. Let's see, Odd Eyes Starving Venom. I'm just trying to think of a lot of Odd Eyes extra decks monsters right now. But anyway, yeah, this monster basically will get you any extra deck Odd Eyes from your extra deck. And the last archetype we have to go over is a yes and no that is in Duel Links. Because basically these cards were leaked. They already confirmed except for one of them. And they are both Gaga Magician and Zubaba Night Magician. And I'm just bringing, well, not Night Magician, just Zubaba Night. I caught myself at the last minute. But anyway, this archetype, which is known as Automatopoeia, will be added in the next box come to Duel Links on Tuesday on the day of Zexal World. And also to torture myself a bit, I'm going to put myself through a stressful challenge while I only play this archetype in Duel Links for the rest of October. So if you catch me in game on Duel Links and I'm not playing this archetype, go ahead and call me out on it. By the way, also before you get to saying anything, my name on Duel Links is exactly how it is on the channel as well. Red Eyes 115. So who happen to be named Red Eyes and not spelled exactly like this is most likely not me. So don't try to say I flaked out on the challenge. But anyway, what this challenge is, like I already stated, I'm basically going to be playing Yuma's deck for all of October. And not only that, I am going to even make myself suffer more by trying to reach King of Games with Yuma's deck. And I am going to cry a lot doing this. So, and also to top it off, if I do not make it to King, well, I don't have to make it to all the way of King of Games, but either the rank below it or King of Games. So I believe that rank is platinum. I only made it up there once. I know it's the bear icon, I believe, not the wolf. But anyway, yeah, I have to make it to King of Games or that bear icon, which is silver or platinum, I believe. So yeah, that's gonna be a torturous challenge. And if I don't, I have to play with Yuma's deck for another month. So yeah, I'm gonna be in a bad mood probably for a while. But anyway, let's go over this archetypes xyz monsters. And one of them we are getting is Ga Magician. Now the only difference in this monster from Ga Magician is that he added an extra Ga. But that's not the only thing about him. His effect. You can detach one material from this card, then target one xyz monster in your graveyard, except I'm just gonna say Automatopoeia Magician, special summon it, and but it's a special summon it, but negate its effects. You can only use this effect of Automatopoeia Magician once per turn. A utopic future xyz monster that has its this card has material against this effect. And I'm not gonna go over the utopic future monsters just because I'm pretty sure we won't see those until closer to the end of Zexal World if we do get them. Where most likely we will when we will probably see these monsters because the utopic future is literally after the Zexal anime. Well, the last duel of the Zexal anime. But anyway, the part of his effect, if you have him as material for Utopic Future, that Xyz monster will gain the effect during your main phase. You can detach 2 material from this card, then target 1 Xyz monster you control until the end of this turn. Its attack points become 4,000. Also, its effect is negated. Okay, and now on to the next one is Automatopoeia Samurai. And yes, I'm just going to call them Automatopoeia since that's the archetype's name. But anyway, Automatopoeia Samurai, it takes 2 level for monsters, so he's generic enough to go into any archetype, but you might want to splash some Gagas because he kind of needs them for his effect. But anyway, once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 Gaga monster you control. It can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. When another monster you control is targeted for an attack, while this card is in attack position, you can change this card to face up defense position, and if you do, change the attack target to this card and perform damage calculation. Alright? And then the one that a lot of people were saying that got a cowboy without main phase. Anyway, automatic cowboy. And I just got a notification that Watts is streaming. Thanks for that, Watts. Okay, anyway, uh, Automatopoeia Cowboy, he takes 2 level 4s. That means he's generic enough to go into any deck. But once per turn, you can detach one XC material from this card, apply this effect depending on this card's current battle position. If it's in attack mode, if this card attacks an opponent's monster this turn, it gains 1,000 attack. Also, the opponent monster loses 500 attack during the damage step only. Okay, its second effect is defense position, inflict 800 points of damage to your opponent. Alright, and last but not least, the last card that was leaked from that's gonna be in the box is Zubaba General. In other words, Automatopoeia General. He takes 2 level 4s. Okay, his effects is generic enough for you. You can use him in any archetype. You don't have to splash in Gagas or anything to use him. But once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, equip one warrior type monster from your hand to this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. Okay, so you can use this effect up to twice. So, So in short, I could use, say, Red Eyes Fusion one turn. If Red Eyes Flash live to see a sequel, or some reason he gets yeeted off the board, I can go into Zubaba General and go ahead and get my Gaia or whatever I use for the fusion and equip them to him instead. So yeah, that's nice. And anyway, I hope y'all enjoy the series. And remember, if you catch me online not playing Automatopoeias, aka Dodos, Gaga, Go Go Go's, Zubaba, in Duel Links, go ahead, call me out of it. Put in the comments that hey, I played against him in a match. He wasn't using the deck. Go ahead, call me out on it. I'm gonna be working on videos anyway outside of this deck, but I just won't be recording them. I will be, and plus, you won't see me in the ladder with any other deck. Basically, I'll be stuck using these guys and these two for the rest of October. But anyway, I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.